honor, and humility to be able to celebrate the greatness of our country with all you wonderful people, my neighbors, my friends, my relatives. And before, this, by the way, is a happy day. Jerry?
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday, Jerry. We live in bittersweet times. Sweet because we are fortunate enough to live in the greatest country that ever existed, and we're only 241 years old. So many countries have been in existence longer than we are, and they have no idea of what a constitution is. They have no idea what the 10 amendments to the Constitution, or the Bill of Rights, the right to assemble, the right to bear arms, the right to be whoever we want to be. So let me begin this way. Before I begin the invocation, I would like to remind us all as to why we celebrate the 4th of July. Yes, I know most of you remember the things we learned in school about what our founding fathers went through to declare our independence. However, it wouldn't hurt if we took a moment to recall the events that led to the founding of this great nation. From 1763 to 1783, these important events occurred in our history. The Boston Tea Party, the Stamp Act, taxation without representation, the Continental Congress, Paul Revere's Ride, the American Revolution, and finally, the War for Independence. Everyone has been taught, from what I understand from way back, that the Declaration of Independence was established in 1776. That is not true. It's actually 1787, when the Constitution finally came through. The Articles of Confederation were written in 1777. The Constitution, 1787. And the Bill of Rights was added to the Constitution in 1791. I encourage you to read this great declaration and appreciate the fact that we live in the greatest country in the world. I know, because I have visited over 50 countries in this world, and I know whereof I speak. You would not believe the way people live outside of our great country. You would not believe the amount of pollution and degradation and humiliation, and the fact that most women don't have rights in these other countries. I always carry this important document. This is the Constitution of the United States. You will always find a copy in my car and copies in my home, and I encourage you to read it. Read it and read it again and share it with your kids. Share it with everybody, because you will find a document more important. This country was founded as a Judeo-Christian nation. There were no Muslims as some people would like you to believe. In fact, the earliest time that we ever met Muslims was in 1805, when Thomas Jefferson was president. Our ships, our merchant ships, which were traveling from the States to Europe to Africa, were being set upon by these Barbary pirates from North Africa. And those of you who are Marines remember the first line, "From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli." That refers to the Mexican Revolution and refers to those people, the Barbary pirates, that our two warships were sent by Jefferson to put down the piracy. And since that time, they have never bothered us again. We have also existed, as I said, for 241 years, one of the youngest countries that has ever been established. We are powerful and great, and therefore, in the tradition of this country, in a way it was founded by Judeo-Christian values, I will say a prayer in Hebrew. I'll give you a translation, and then I will follow with a Christian prayer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shekiyanu v'kimanu v'higyanu b'azman hazeh. This is what it means. Praised are you, the Eternal One, our God, ruler of the cosmos, who has kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this moment. Lord, I ask you blessings on all who are assembled here today in fellowship and love. Love for each other and love for the greatest country in the world. One of my favorite Christian prayers is the Serenity Prayer. God grant all of us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, courage to change the things we can, and wisdom to know the difference, living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as the pathway to peace. Give a blessing to our troops, here and abroad. Hold them steadfast in your arms and protect them. Reach out to everyone in your special way, to everyone assembled here today, and grant them good health and happiness. We ask this in your name, and thank you all that you have granted us. Amen. Amen. Oh. It is. Sure.
Oh, guess who's going home with this one?
Wonderful. Too late, she doesn't care. She's bigger lady, she doesn't care.